There are times in life when everything feels like it's falling apart, and giving up seems like the only option. We've all been there, feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or just plain exhausted. It's easy to think that there's no way out and that the struggle is just too much to handle. But here's the thing. It's during these toughest moments that we can find the strength we never knew we had. And that's where Stoicism and ancient philosophy can help. Stoicism is about staying calm and strong, no matter what life throws at us. It teaches us how to face difficulties head-on, without letting fear or doubt take control. The Stoics believed that tough times are actually opportunities to grow stronger, and they shared timeless lessons that can help anyone push through when they're close to giving up. In this video, we're going to explore 7 simple yet powerful lessons from Stoic philosophy that can help you stay strong when life gets hard. These lessons will show you how to focus on what matters, embrace challenges, and find strength even in your darkest hours. So, if you're feeling like you're on the verge of quitting, stick around. These insights might just give you the boost you need to keep moving forward. Number 1. Focus on what you can control. Life can be overwhelming, especially when everything seems to go wrong. It's easy to feel powerless and want to give up. But there's a Stoic principle that can really help. Focus on what you can control. In life, some things are within our power and others aren't. We can't control the weather, other people's actions, or random events that happen to us. But we can control our own thoughts, actions, and responses. When we learn to separate the two, we can put our energy into what actually makes a difference. Think about this. Imagine you lost your job. It's a tough situation, and it's normal to feel scared or stressed. But worrying endlessly about it won't change anything. Instead, focus on what you can do, like updating your resume, applying for new jobs, or learning a new skill. By putting your effort into what's in your control, you'll feel more empowered and less trapped by your circumstances. This idea isn't just about staying busy. It's about shifting your mindset. When you focus on your own actions, you stop wasting energy on things you can't change. This makes you feel more in control even in tough situations. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, said, *, make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. *, it's a reminder to put our effort where it truly matters and accept that some things are simply out of our hands. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed, take a moment to list what's within your control. Could be as simple as your attitude, the way you talk to others, or the steps you take toward a goal. Focusing on these things can bring a sense of calm and help you find the strength to keep moving forward. Remember, you have more power than you think. You just have to direct it toward what you can control. Number 2. Embrace discomfort as part of growth. Life isn't supposed to be easy all the time. Stoics believed that facing difficulties is not just normal, but necessary for our growth. Think about it like this. When you work out, your muscles grow stronger through resistance. The same goes for your mind. When you push through uncomfortable situations, you're actually training yourself to become stronger and more resilient. One example is Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before finally inventing the light bulb. Instead of giving up, he saw each failure as a step toward success. He didn't see discomfort as something to avoid, but as a part of the journey. This mindset helped him stay strong, even when it seemed like nothing was working. Stoicism teaches us that we should view challenges as opportunities. When life feels difficult, remind yourself that it's a chance to become tougher and better. It's not about enjoying pain or struggle, but about understanding that overcoming hardships makes you stronger. Every time you face something tough, you're growing, even if it doesn't feel like it at the moment. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. This means that just like physical exercise builds muscle, mental challenges build resilience. The more you push through, the more you grow. Here's a small action you can try today. Take a cold shower. It's uncomfortable, but it's a simple way to practice embracing discomfort. Or, if that seems too much, face a small fear, like speaking up in a meeting or trying something new. The goal is to train yourself to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Remember, every challenge you overcome, no matter how small, is one step closer to becoming the strongest version of yourself. When life gets tough, embrace it. You're just getting stronger, and that's the path to real growth. Number 3. Practice negative visualization. Negative visualization is a Stoic exercise that might sound a bit strange at first. The idea is to imagine the worst-case scenario, what could go wrong in your situation. It may seem like this would make you feel more worried, but it can actually help you stay calm and prepared. Let's say you're stressed about losing your job. Instead of avoiding that thought, take a moment to imagine what would happen if you actually did lose it. Picture the challenges you might face, the stress, the financial strain, and the need to look for a new job. Now, think about how you would handle it. You might tighten your budget, reach out to friends and family for support, or take on a temporary job to make ends meet. The point is, even in a worst-case scenario, you'd still find ways to adapt and survive. By practicing negative visualization, you're training your mind to face fears head-on. Instead of being paralyzed by what-ifs, you're accepting that setbacks are a part of life. When the imagined problems don't actually happen, you'll feel relieved and grateful. And if they do happen, you'll be mentally prepared and ready to act. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that the challenges you fear are not roadblocks. They are the very things that help you grow stronger. When you imagine the worst and prepare for it, you turn fear into a source of strength. So, take a moment today to practice negative visualization. Think of something you're worried about and imagine the worst-case scenario. Then plan how you would cope. You'll be surprised at how much lighter you feel, knowing you're ready for whatever comes your way. Negative visualization isn't about being pessimistic. It's about being prepared. It's about knowing that no matter what happens, you have the strength to overcome it. Number 4. Remember the impermanence of all things. Life is always changing. The Stoics believed in memento mori, which means remember that you will die. It might sound a bit dark, but it's actually a helpful reminder. When you're struggling, remembering that nothing lasts forever, even your problems, can give you strength. Think about a time when you faced a big challenge. Maybe it was a breakup, losing a job, or dealing with a serious setback. Back then, it felt like the world was crashing down, right? But somehow you got through it. That's because everything good or bad comes and goes. Your current struggles are no different. They too will pass. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, once said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." It's a reminder to not get stuck on the little things. If we know that our time is limited, we can find the courage to keep going instead of giving up. Imagine a river flowing steadily. The water moves forward, never staying in one place for long. Your problems are like a leaf floating on that river. Eventually, they'll drift away. If you remind yourself that tough times aren't permanent, it's easier to stay calm and strong. Next time you feel overwhelmed, take a moment to step back and think, will this matter a month from now? A year from now? Often the answer is no. Remind yourself that life is full of ups and downs, and you've faced challenges before. This moment, too, will fade away with time. So, don't let temporary struggles make you forget your own strength. Instead, use the knowledge that nothing lasts forever to find the courage to keep moving forward. Remember, just like the seasons change, so will your circumstances. Number 5. Stay true to your principles. When times get tough, it's easy to lose sight of who you are and what you stand for. But having strong principles can be like a compass, guiding you through the storm. Stoics believed that sticking to your values, even when things get difficult, can give you a sense of direction and purpose. Imagine a situation where everyone around you is giving up, cutting corners, or taking the easy way out. It might feel tempting to follow the crowd. But if you stay true to your beliefs, you'll find a kind of strength that many others don't have. Your principles can remind you of why you're on this path in the first place, and that can keep you moving forward, even when it feels like everything is against you. Think of people like Mahatma Gandhi or Martin Luther King Jr. They faced huge challenges, but they never gave up on their values. They kept fighting for what they believed was right, even when it was hard. Their principles were like anchors that kept them steady in rough seas. You don't need to be a world-famous leader to practice this. Start by identifying 3 core values that matter most to you. Could be honesty, kindness, or perseverance. Write them down and keep them somewhere you can see them often. When you're faced with a tough decision or feel like giving up, remind yourself of these values. Ask yourself, is this choice in line with what I believe in? Sticking to your principles might not always make things easier, but it will make you stronger. It gives you a sense of integrity that nothing can take away. As Epictetus, a famous Stoic, said, asterisk, don't explain your philosophy. Embody it, asterisk. When you live by your values, you show the world and yourself what you truly stand for. And that can make all the difference when you're struggling to keep going. Number 6. Find strength in serving others. Sometimes, the best way to find strength is to stop focusing on ourselves and start focusing on others. The Stoics believed that true purpose comes from helping those around us. When life feels overwhelming, serving others can give us a sense of meaning and help us push through tough times. Think about a time when you helped a friend who was struggling. Maybe you offered advice, listened to their problems, or did something simple like bringing them a cup of coffee. Even if you were facing your own challenges, helping them made you feel stronger, didn't it? This is because when we serve others, we shift our focus away from our struggles. It reminds us that we have value and can make a difference, even in small ways. Take the example of Viktor Frankl, who survived the horrors of a concentration camp during World War II. He found purpose in comforting and supporting his fellow prisoners, even when he was struggling himself. This gave him the strength to keep going day after day. Frankl later said, "Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose. By helping others, he found meaning even in the darkest moments." You don't have to do anything huge to make a difference. Small acts of kindness can have a big impact. Reach out to a friend or family member who might need support, volunteer for a cause you care about, or simply offer a smile to a stranger. When you focus on serving others, it can help you find the courage to face your own challenges. Remember, serving others doesn't just help those you're supporting, it helps you too. It lifts your spirit, renews your energy, and reminds you that you're not alone. So, when you're struggling, look for ways to make someone else's life a little better. You might just find the strength you need to keep moving forward. Number 7. Reflect on past victories. Sometimes, when life feels too hard, it's easy to forget all the tough things you've already faced and conquered. But looking back at those moments can remind you of just how strong you really are. Think about a time when you struggled but made it through. Maybe it was getting through a tough breakup, dealing with a job loss, or overcoming a health problem. At the time, it probably felt like the world was falling apart. Yet here you are. You made it past that. When you feel like giving up, take a moment to remember those past victories. Remind yourself that you've faced challenges before and came out stronger. It's not about bragging or getting stuck in the past. It's about using your past success to boost your confidence now. If you could overcome tough times, then you can do it again. Each win, big or small, is proof that you have what it takes to keep going. A helpful way to keep track of these victories is by starting a strength journal. This doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just write down moments when you showed courage or faced a fear. It could be as simple as standing up for yourself, completing a difficult task, or sticking with a new habit. Whenever you feel like you're at your breaking point, flip through your journal and remind yourself of those wins. Even if it's been a while since your last victory, remember that your strength hasn't disappeared. It's still inside you, waiting to be used again. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, asterisk, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Asterisk, that means that just by facing each day, you're already showing bravery. So, the next time you feel like giving up, reflect on the tough moments you've already survived. Let them remind you that you're stronger than you think and that you can push through whatever you're facing now. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on the 7 powerful lessons from Stoicism that can help you stay strong when you feel like giving up. Remember to focus on what you can control, embrace discomfort as part of growth, and practice negative visualization to prepare yourself for challenges. Life is always changing, so keep in mind the idea of impermanence. Your struggles will not last forever. Staying true to your principles gives you a solid foundation, while serving others can inspire and uplift you. Finally, don't forget to look back at your past victories. Reminding yourself of the times you overcame difficulties can give you the strength to face your current challenges. These Stoic lessons are not just words. They are tools you can use to build resilience. Each time you practice them, you strengthen your mind and spirit, making it easier to push through tough times. Thank you for joining me today on this journey through Stoic wisdom. I hope these lessons inspire you to stay strong when life gets tough. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the Wisdom of Stoicism channel for more insights and strategies to live a better life. And don't forget to share this video with someone who might need a little encouragement. Remember, you're not alone in this struggle, and with the right mindset, you can overcome anything. Keep these lessons in mind and keep pushing forward. Until next time, take care and stay strong.